Anxiety in Nigeria as Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi begins their legal battle with Tinubu at the Supreme Court. All is set for the hearing of the appeals filed by Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and Peter Obi of the Labour Party (LP) at the Supreme Court, challenging the victory of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the February 25, 2023 presidential election. Also, Chichi Ojei of the Allied People's Movement (APM) filed an appeal at the Apex Court seeking to nullify the election of President Tinubu, and the hearing of the petitions begins today, Monday, 23rd October 2023. It will be recalled that the Apex Court had communicated the hearing date through notice sent to all the parties last Thursday, being October 19, 2023. Apart from faulting the verdict of the Presidential Election Petition Court, which affirmed Tinubu's election, Atiku also filed for permission to tender a copy of Tinubu's academic records released by the Chicago State University (CSU). The PDP candidate claimed that Tinubu submitted a forged CSU certificate to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) ahead of the 2023 elections. The former Vice President of Nigeria is also seeking to get a Washington, D.C. court to order the FBI to release documents of President Tinubu's $460,000 for fiction case. Atiku, through his team of 67 lawyers comprising of 18 senior advocates of Nigeria, led by Chief Chris Uche San, filed 35 grounds of appeal to challenge Tinubu's victory. Atiku contended that the verdict of the PEPC was not only against the weight of evidence, but occasioned a grave miscarriage of justice against him. He insisted that the PEPC panel erred in law when it failed to nullify the presidential election on the grounds of non-compliance with the Electoral Act of 2022, even when evidence showed that the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) acted in breach of extant laws and regulations guiding the conduct of the elections. Atiku accused the Presidential Election Petition Court of reaching its unanimous decisions based on gross misconstruction and misrepresentation of provisions of both the 1999 Constitution as amended and the Electoral Act 2022. However, Peter Obi, through his own team of lawyers led by Dr. Levi Uzoku San, filed 51 grounds of appeal before the Supreme Court to challenge the victory of Tinubu as the valid winner of the presidential election. He is also seeking to set aside the judgment of Justice Haruna Zamani-led 5-member panel of the Presidential Election Petition Court, which had on September 6, 2023, dismissed his petitions against Tinubu. Peter Obi argued that the Presidential Election Petition Court panel erred in law and thereby reached a wrong conclusion when it dismissed his petition. He alleged that the panel wrongly evaluated the proof of evidence he adduced before it and occasioned a grave miscarriage of justice when it held that he did not specify polling units where irregularities occurred during the elections. He also told the Apex Court that the panel unjustly dismissed his allegation that INEC uploaded 18,088 blood results on its Arrive portal. Also, In her appeal, OJ lodged a 10-gram appeal to invalidate President Tinubu's elections, stating that he was not eligible to participate in the presidential poll. She and her party stated that the Presidential Election Petition Court relied on a technicality to dismiss their petitions challenging Tinubu's nomination by the APC. According to the APM, the PEPC erred in law when it wrongfully waved aside the allegation that Tinubu's running mate and Vice President Kashim Shettima was nominated twice for different positions by the APC in relation to the 2023 general elections. It faulted the verdict of the Presidential Election Petition Court, saying it was wrong for the court to dismiss its case against Tinubu's election on the premise that it was not only incompetent but contained pre-election issues. APM argues that Section 131 and 142 subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution as amended were inextricably linked and neither can be confined as a pre-election matters, as these qualifications are conditioned precedent to being elected in the office of the president. It contended that being validly elected entailed being qualified to contest the election, adding that a valid election includes the threshold of qualifications and disqualifications as stipulated in the Constitution. The party wants the Apex Court to declare that the return of Tinubu by INEC as president-elect was null, void, and of no legal effect whatsoever. The APM is also praying for the Supreme Court to nullify and void all votes scored by APC in the presidential election, as well as to make an order directing INEC to return the second highest score at the election as the winner of the presidential contest. However, President Tinubu, APC, and INEC have since asked the Apex Court to dismiss the appeals which they said were bereft of merit. Tinubu also urged the court to reject an application that Atiku filed for permission to tender a copy of his certificate that was released by the CSU. He, however, stated that he truly won the election and no one can stop him from becoming the president of Nigeria.